Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. I'm doing this real quick before my kiddo. I have to go wake her up. Uh, make this real quick. Today we've got retail news. It's really it. There's three of them, but basically what's going to move it mostly is the retail sales. That is a live trade with Straddle, so pay attention to that one. And the preliminary consumer sentiment, unless it's a huge difference, it's probably not going to move. You can see the percentage. Look at the previous 93.8, 98, and it really didn't move that much. So I wouldn't expect too much of a move out of it, but we'll see. Still, straddle it. It's worth it doing it live. This is Friday, so this is end of the week. Monday, just remember, is a U.S. bank holiday, so I will not be trading. All day bank holiday. I ain't get. There's a very small chance I might wake up for London, but I highly doubt it because I just don't see it. It depends. If my daughter doesn't have school, I gotta check today if she does or doesn't have school. If she doesn't have school, I might get up for it. If she does have school, there's no way I'm getting up for London session. I just wouldn't function well. All right. So next, for the signals, I'm trying to do a little bit of education with it. Like yesterday, I did. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I showed the chart that I took the trade for. While that's loading, we'll take a look at today's. So taking a look at today's, let's go through the chart and run it down real quick and why I'm not super excited so far. Hopefully after the news we'll see something. Starting off at the bottom, this was a downward move, big one. Yeah, we could see it. And this green is an upward move. Gray is kind of a warning for me. You can see by the two bands when it's gray, it's because they're braiding. Like you know how you braid a girl's hair. They're going in and out of each other. So this is a first warning for me. Remember what I said. My biggest weakness, and most of the indicators I have on this chart aren't when to take a trade. They're when not to take a trade. I actually had 3 emails yesterday about the arrows saying, "Oh, what are they?" These are failed attempts at to spot the beginning and ends of a trend. It's 2 different types that I tried, but I noticed when I put them on there, when I see them stacking, it's a hint to me, stay the hell out of the market. Now, that still for me wasn't enough, so down here, whenever I see a lot of gray, it's stay the hell out of the market. If we look, the blue and the blue is the euro and the red is USD. They're kind of glued to each other. Now, if I didn't notice that, then I come up here and I'm seeing the arrows pop back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There's my second warning. I don't want to be trading right now. My third warning is my moving averages are riding each other, similar to the currency strength. They're just kind of riding each other. So as of right now, it's just shit market conditions. Okay, so if, for instance, even if it was these, if this was good and my arrows were good, my moving averages were separate, the next thing I look at is my candle size. I'm below 2 pips. So right now in euro, I'm an untradable. We are below, on the 1 minute candle averages, we are below 2 pips. We're at 1.4 on the last 15 candles. It's moved 1.4 pips on average per candle. That's just shit. That's the same. That's bigger than my spread, or almost the same size as my spread. So that's crap. Now if we look over here too on candle time, we're seeing a bunch of 5 minuters in there. We're seeing more 5 minute candles than we are 1 minute. So it's taking 5 minutes per candle. So that means if I got in, let's say I got in a trade right here, this is 5 minutes, and then a 1 minute, and then this puppy took how long? 25 minutes to form. So just to move 3 candles, it took over 30 minutes. So euro right now is not looking sexy at all. And I want people to understand when I say charts look like shit to me, why they look like shit to me. I don't want y'all to just, for the ones that are using this as education plus signals, and plus the people that are in the TAPFX group, I mean, this will help, not the group, but because you get it with TA, but it'll help you all in deciding when to trade. If you want this currency slope strength thing, I can post up a link to it. Someone asked me about it. Yeah, it's. I can't talk yet. Can you tell I haven't had my coffee? Okay, so Euro looks like dog shit. I mean, just there's no beating around the bush on it. It looks like dog shit. Right here might have been a small possibility, but the amount of time it was taking for these candles to form puts it in dog shit lane. And the candle sizes, again, I don't know what they were back then, but right now we're looking at below 2 pips average movement on the 1 minutes. Okay, so the next one we're going to look at, and I mean, just looking here, look at UJ. You can tell this is a 20 pip range. So right here, everything's fitting into a 10 pip range. There's not much expectation because I can't predict that was a bottom. I can predict that this was a support, but I can't predict that it was going to shoot up. I could more if it was a breakthrough, I'd think maybe it's going to go down. But I can't predict that. So if we come over here and look, again, what do we see? This one's a little better on the candle movement. We're slightly above 2 pips. We're at about 2 point, if I average it out, slightly below 2.5 pips. So it's looking a little better on the average candle size. Renko time, still though, we're 1 to 5 minutes with the majority being 5 minutes, and we're seeing a bunch going over. So it's a slow moving one. So not as bad as EU, but it does look like dog shit right now. So hopefully after this US news kicks in, we'll see something so we can pop a few trades. Right now, even being a risky trader, I would not, and I'm not. If I wanted to go balls in, I wouldn't trade this right now. The next thing we look at down at the bottom, this is currency slope strength. The reason I say if you want this, there's like 30 million versions of this, and maybe one works on Renko. Okay, so as we can see, we have a lot of gray here. There was a possibility to get in. No, there wasn't. See, nothing lined up here. And then it came down, but we never got a red. Just looks like poo-poo. It is holding. What it slightly looks like is the support line and the moving average are kind of pinching it in together. So hopefully by the time US kicks in, we're going to see a movement. It's going to have to break out because, I mean, we can't. It's forming into a little wedge. So eventually it has to decide where it's going. And I am sneezing and sniffling like crazy. We had those huge winds yesterday, and it just brought a ton of shit into the air, so my allergies are dying today. But I wanted everyone to be aware of what I'm looking at when I say the charts look like dog shit. Why? But I'm just not saying it because I don't know. But yeah, the charts look like dog shit at the moment. Yesterday's here. Let me just take a quick picture, and then we can see yesterday's, the difference in the two. God, I'm sorry. I'm dying on my talking. Yesterday's was better. You don't see much gray in here. This orangey color, I changed it to gray because someone was a little confused by my chart yesterday. These little orangey things would be gray. So this would be gray, this would be gray. We're not seeing near as much. So this, yesterday was a much better. You see how we see more red? And you see how the lines have pulled away if we come down here. See how these lines are pulling away out of the mid right here? This is red and green. What I have, I was trying to make it easier for screenshots. I turned them both white because basically if price is near or in those, it means we're just in a consolidation period. We're getting quick bursts out, but candle-wise, I mean, they look like quick bursts here, but if we look, this was a 15-minute candle that brought it out of it. So hopefully after news, we can kick in. 7:30 immediately after news. I'm going to turn on the demo one. So the Brian Mac demo, I had a few people request that I send some actual trades. I cannot send them on the live because everyone will get them and not everyone knows what the hell's going on and to turn it off. So what we will be doing is I'll send a couple out on the demo one. If you need the username, I'll type it in the signals room. Other than that, I mean, so far we're just going to wait for the markets to shape up and then we can jump in a couple trades. Again, Monday is a bank holiday. I gotta find out if my daughter's going to school. If she is, no trading at all. If she's not, then I might consider getting up for London session. Just probably for London Open to take a quick scalps on the opens and then get the hell out and go back to bed. But, so again, so far, looks like doggy shit. I wanted people to understand why it looks bad. I mean, you can see, even without this or the arrows, you can see the moving average is riding right along the 50. That doesn't give us much opportunity to trade. We're seeing the same thing happen on Euro and UJ. Here's our daily open, and here's our slow moving average. They're kind of squeezing it in. So hopefully when by the time, and what I mean by squeezing it in, here, and, yeah, that was a cool sound effect. God, I am not awake. what I mean by it's squeezing in is it's the daily open and the slow moving average. It's kind of pinching it into a pennant type deal. So it can only get pinched, squeezed in, pressured in for so long. And then hopefully once that breaks out, we'll see some movement. But right now, the average candle size over the 15-minute, 30, and 60 period is extremely low. It's just, 1.6 now, so we're below 2 pips. Below 2 pips is my threshold. I don't trade when it's below 2 pips. Uh, Over here, if we look at the currency strength, it's never actually pulling away. Here's our 2 white lines. It's not pulling away. That's why we see all this gray. Yesterday it was that funky orange color, but I guess it was hard to see in the screenshot, so I changed it. What we're looking for with the CSS, the way I have it set up, this would be for a downtrend in which we can see it didn't match anything at all here. Even this was down, but we didn't have any setups, so it's nothing to worry about. Now we had uptrend here at the green, but we still weren't set up. We don't get into a viable setup till over here with the moving averages, and then once our fast moving average crossed, it's never pulled away until here, which we get. Sorry, I am that wind yesterday brought in a shit ton of crap into the air. That's why I wanted to do this before I woke up my daughter. I am gonna try and trade live later, but I'm gonna steam myself once I drop her off at school and see if I can clear up my nose. I put some Vicks and steam myself to death. Okay, so we did go green here. We went green here. Now, if we're looking, so this would be our first possibility for our initial entry, but we didn't have anything. What would have kept me out of that is the currency strength. God, I'm sorry. Moving on again with this slow moving and the fast moving touching each other, we haven't seen anything worth trading yet. It's just been shitola. And here I'll draw the one potential area. I'll put a line on it. So here's where we finally get green, green, green across the board. And let's see what the actual movement was. So around here, I mean, I could have look at taking it here, but look, we actually couldn't. The moving average is riding right on top it. It's starting to pull up here. There is barely room there, so I probably wouldn't have taken that. By the time we do see that it's pulling apart, was this section here, and let's say we got in, you pick any can, let's just take a dead middle. It's not even a pip, so right. Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure everyone understands it does look kind of garbagey. And we're running 2 pip. As you can see, I'm running 2 pip Rinko boxes, which is the most I can push it to be fast. If I go to 1 pip Rinko boxes are pointless. Again, over here, we're running 2 pip Rinko boxes. So right now, there are no opportunities. I've pushed the Rinkos as low as I can to try and get a setup out of it, but right now, the market's just really slow. I mean, you can look right here at Rinko time. When we're touching the 5-minute a lot, the charts are just slow moving. I'm hoping that it's just because they're waiting for the retail news to come out, and then after that we'll have a nice moving market. Again, if we have any questions, let me know. Immediately after news, or as close as I can get to it, I'll switch over to the demo account so that we can send out a couple demo trades. Someone had a time sync issue yesterday. The majority of people got back with me. They got the trades, so if how do you say it? I'm so dying. If it was like everybody having an issue with time sync, then I would say it's my end or it's the EA. But the majority of the people, it worked just fine for. So I think it was something on the other end. But again, I want everything to go smooth for everyone, not the majority of everyone. I want everyone to have a smooth experience with the signals. So if I need to jump to demo at any point, I always will to help y'all out. And we'll see if we can figure out what the hell's going on. Alright, so I gotta get my daughter up in about 10-15 minutes. I wanted y'all to see, though, again, I'm trying to combine education with the signals. Again, I wanted you to see why right now I say the charts are doggy poo-poo. If you have any questions on what I showed this morning, just let me know, and I can help you out with it. If you want the currency slope strength, because this one does work with Rinko, Took me a long time to find one that does. Just let me know. Other than that, if y'all want it actually on Monday, I'll just do a walkthrough of it because I've changed a lot of the settings to work with how I want it to work. But I'll put it out there for you if you want it. Just ask over in Slack that you want the currency, you want CSS. Just ask and I'll hand it out to you. Alright guys, since I'm dying, I'm gonna go get up my daughter, drop her off at school, come back, and we'll go through news. Hopefully it pops and we'll have something to look at. And if not, blah, news has been kind of shitty lately. It's been duds. More than usual. Alright guys, enjoy. I'm done babbling. I'm gonna go wake up my daughter, get her ready for school. Oh, gals too, I'm sorry. There was somebody, hold on. Cheryl Ann. I'll be looking at your charts later too. Just give me a few to get caught up on everything. Have a good one.